Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here from Sea Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of Spooky Albums for Halloween Season, or for the Halloween season. This is day 9. Happy Saturday, everybody. Hope you all have a great weekend. I've got one for you here today that has been asked about numerous times. I knew I was going to include it. You know, the funny thing is, it's not an overly spooky listen. There's no real lyrical themes on here to go by. However, the kind of main opening theme to this album just also happened to be part of the soundtrack to a iconic horror film. Of course, I'm talking about May 25th, 1973, released on Virgin Records, the debut solo album from multi-instrumentalist Mike Oldfield, Tubular Bells. Dun, 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 dun. I mean, just, it's iconic, right? It's absolutely iconic. And you hear this, you automatically think of the Exorcist film, which to me is the scariest movie ever made. One of my favorite films of all time. But, you know, nothing in the title, Tubular Bells, nothing really about this mostly all instrumental album is really creepy or spooky. But it's got to be included here just because it's part of the Exorcist soundtrack. By default, right? It's got to be. You know what's really interesting about this particular album? So, like I said, this came out in May of 1973. Mostly played all by Mike Oldfield. So he plays on here piano and glockenspiel and acoustic and electric guitar, farfisa organ, bass guitar. What else? Lowry organ, tubular bells, timpani, Spanish guitar, sorted percussion, sorted different organs and pianos and things like that. But we've got Steve Broughton on drums, Lindsey Cooper on string basses, John Field on flutes. There's a good amount of flute on here. And then some various backing vocals here and there, as well as some orchestral stuff. And of course, hold on, there we go. So it's an interesting long piece of music. It's actually 2 pieces of music. So Tubular Bells Part 1 and Part 2, 25 minutes long, 23, almost 24 minutes long. So it's a fairly long work for a debut album. And ironically, this went multi-platinum. It's crazy like how many copies this particular album sold. Let me just see if I can find the actual information on the sales, because it's quite crazy. U.S. Billboard actually hit number 3 on the Billboard album charts, crazy enough, and has sold, let's see, certification and ranks. In the United States alone, went gold. 9 times platinum in the UK. Gold in Sweden, gold in the Netherlands, gold in France, 2 times platinum in Canada, 3 times platinum in Australia. That's a lot of albums sold. So, you know, unit sales, I'm just adding that up here, 1 million. We're looking at probably like 4 million copies for a mostly instrumental album, right? With hardly any vocals on it. Crazy when you think about it. In the early 70s, and it really doesn't matter when, right? It's very rare that you get a recording like this, which is mostly kind of prog rock and ambient music and prog and, you know, whatever you want to call it. There's like little bits of all sorts of different genres going on here. So it's not something you can really pigeonhole at all. Like I said, Mike Oldfield, his music has always been called progressive rock, but there's all sorts of other things going on there. There's some orchestral stuff, some chamber stuff. But you know, parts of it are pretty chilling. There are some sections here that, you know, they're just a little odd, a little weird. Very cool. There's some good guitar work here. There's some nice keyboard work. Lots of atmosphere and textures and things like that. But and of course, an iconic album cover, right? I mean, gotta love that. So yeah, so I had to pick it for at least at some point during this series here, just because of the Exorcist connection. But you know, that whole opening part of the intro to Part 1, you know, it's, everybody knows it. Whether you've seen the movie or not, you probably heard that the opening passage there. That it's got to be included here. So any Halloween season, if you're going to watch The Exorcist, you may want to put on the Tubular Bells album as well. So that is my pick for today. Mike Oldfield, Tubular Bells, the original, always the best. Thanks for watching, everybody. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. Coming up tomorrow morning, got another one of these. I got a good one for Sunday, which will be day 10. And also stay tuned for album homework assignment. Also coming up tomorrow, we've got Spaghetti Lee, our longtime viewer. You've seen him in the chat. You've seen him in the comments section. Well, he is joining myself and going up against Ryan Scow from the Hudson Valley Squares. They've each given each other their assignments. They're going to talk about what they thought of the albums they were given. So stay tuned for that. That's coming up tomorrow morning. So thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you real soon. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Click on that notification bell so you get alerted of all of our content. Also, if you want to make a channel donation, we've got the link to our Ko-Fi page below, as well as the link to our merch page. All sorts of cool Sea of Tranquility shirts and hoodies and caps and all that good stuff. As well as we've got the link to Sea of Tranquility, the webzine, which has been on the internet now for 20 years. It's our 20th anniversary this year. So thanks for watching, everybody, for this edition of Spooky Albums for Halloween. Stay tuned for another one tomorrow. I am Pete Pardo. See you real soon. Bye-bye.